Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we're going to be talking about rhythm and beat. And we're also going to be dictating our first rhythm. So what is beat in music? Well, you've probably felt your heartbeat many times before. It's easy to feel, especially when you've been running fast. It might be beating fast. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Well, did you know that your heart is always beating, even when you're asleep? When you're asleep, it might be beating more slowly, like this. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Well, in music, there's always a beat too. And it can be going fast sometimes or slow sometimes, but it's always there. Now, let's try clapping a beat together, and I'll do some rhythms. So what we're clapping is the beat. And you'll notice that it's steady. It's a consistent, steady speed. Now, while we keep clapping, with my lips, I'm going to speak some rhythms. Ba, 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 ba. Good. Did you notice that our hands were clapping a steady beat, while my lips did some slow and some fast patterns? Keep clapping with me. Let's listen again to some rhythms. Ba, 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 da, ba, da. So remember, the beat is always steady, but the rhythms can have some fast or some slow patterns happening at the same time. Now let's see if you can feel the beat to some piano songs that I play. This first song is by Rachmaninoff. It's one of my favorites, and it has kind of a medium fast beat like this. So I'd like you to clap while I play. See if you can feel the beat inside the music. Good. Could you feel that nice, steady, marching beat? Great. Now let's try another one. This time, let's do a slower beat. And in music, the different speeds of the beat, those are called tempi, or the tempo of a song. So this time, we're going to do a slower tempo. This is a beautiful song by Bach. Keep clapping the beat while I play. All right, now it's time to try dictating our first rhythm. Dictating means you're going to take what you can hear and write it down. So we're going to write down the rhythm or dictate the rhythm of Hot Cross Buns. Let's come on over and get started. Okay, here I have a heartbeat mat. And these heart shapes are showing you each beat in the song that we're going to dictate, Hot Cross Buns. So first, let's try singing Hot Cross Buns and touch each beat with me as we sing. Ready, go. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. What did you notice as we did that together? Did you notice that the beats were always moving from left to right? And then when we finish one row, we go down to the next row and start over again until we've made it through all the rows. Did you also notice that there were some beats that didn't have a sound or a word in them? Let's see if we can find where those beats were again. I'll sing the first line of Hot Cross Buns again and see if you can find where there's a beat with no sound in it. Hot cross buns. Which beat didn't have a sound in it? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. In music, when there's no sound in a beat, we call that a quarter rest, and it looks like this. A quarter rest kind of looks like a zigzag with a hook on the bottom. When you see one of these in music, it means don't play or sing in that beat. There'll be silence. So I'm going to put this quarter rest right here. Now, what did you hear in these 3 beats? Let's listen one more time. Hot cross buns. There was one word or one sound in every beat. This is a picture of what we draw when there's a beat with one sound in it. It has a black note head at the bottom and a stem, and it's called a quarter note. A quarter note makes a steady sound like this: ta, 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 ta. When you see one of these, it means to make one sound that lasts for one beat. Each one of these beats had a quarter note in it, so I'll place them here. Like this. So if we were to speak this song in rhythm language or in rhythm words, it would sound like this: ta, 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 rest. And I whisper the word rest when we see a quarter rest. Now, what happens in this row? We already had hot, cross, buns, rest. Hot, cross, buns, rest. What rhythm should I draw in this row? If you said the same thing, you're correct. We need 3 quarter notes and 1 quarter rest. Now we're ready for this next row. In this row we have 1 a penny, 2 a penny. This time, instead of words, I'm going to just sing it with a syllable. Ba, 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 ba. What did you notice about those beats? Did you notice that the notes were going faster? That's right, those notes were going faster. Because they were going faster, we were able to fit 2 sounds in each beat. Listen one more time. Ba, 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 ba. When you have 2 faster sounds inside one beat, we draw it like this. You'll notice this time there are 2 note heads, and each one of these note heads makes a sound. They each have their own stem and they're connected with a beam. So this makes a sound like this: T, 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 T. And we call them eighth notes. So this is a picture of 2 eighth notes. Now on this row, every single beat had a pair of 2 eighth notes. So I'm going to draw them like this. Good, now let's try to say the rhythm of this row. Every pair of eighth notes will say T, T. Ready, go. T, 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 T. Great, now there's just one row left. What do you think we should draw down here in this row? Hot, cross, buns. Yeah, it's the rhythm we've already drawn once before, actually twice before. And it will look like this. Now we've dictated the whole rhythm of Hot Cross Buns. Let's try to sing the whole song now using rhythm words. We'll say ta whenever you see a quarter note. We'll whisper rest whenever you see a quarter rest. And we'll say ti ti whenever you see 2 eighth notes. Here we go. Let's do the whole thing together. Ready, singing in rhythm words, and point to each beat on your screen. Ready, go. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. Ti, 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 ta, 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 rest. Good job. Now let's play a game. I'm going to make some of the notes on the heartbeat mat disappear. Uh-oh, some of the rhythms are missing now. Can you help me put them back where they belong? Let's fill in the missing rhythms. I'll sing a row and you tell me what to put in the empty heartbeat. Ba, ba, ba. What belongs right here? If you said a quarter note or ta, you're correct. Okay, let's go to the next row. Ba, ba, ba. What goes in this missing beat? If you said a quarter rest, you're correct. So I filled in a quarter rest there. Let's go to this next row. Ba, 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 ba. What goes in this missing beat? If you said 2 eighth notes or TT. You're correct. On this last row, there are 2 missing beats to help me with. Ba, ba, ba. What goes right here? If you said a quarter note, you're correct. And what about here? If you said a quarter rest, you're correct. Great job dictating your first rhythm and learning about quarter notes, eighth notes, and quarter rests. If you'd like to download those cutouts so you can do this activity yourself at home, along with heartbeat mats, you can download those from our website. Now that you know how to speak hot cross buns in rhythm words, the next time you practice hot cross buns, as you play, try singing the rhythm words this time. You'll say ta for the quarter notes and tt for the faster notes on 1 a penny. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, what a lovely place for a rest.